So it's your own problem. Well, it's better for me because people can study from my scripts. But well, actually I'm not against, so you can study easily if you can't study. And now in script properties there are many things. First of all, script flags. There are like script is turbinate, but I don't use, and you can set it as you can activate it via script. Then script is active. In other words, the script is from the very beginning working, and it's gonna start exactly the moment when some condition is active. But if I still select it, then whatever gonna happen, if in the script condition is okay, it won't start. The script is like nothing. It's like never happening. So and I can use it if I want it to be true and I want to active it via other script. But right now I'm gonna use the script is active, and deactive upon success is this way that if the player if something gonna happen, then it gonna deactivate. In other words, if something gonna happen, then it will never happen again. Then it is over, it's your script, no need for that anymore. But you can deactivate it, I mean deselect it, and it's gonna happen every frame again. In other words, it's gonna happen over and over again, or it's gonna check over and over again. Well, something like that. And it's gonna happen over again. Now, active in is easy, normal, hard. So this is all about player 1 to player 5 right now. Actually, player 1 to player 6. So if the script is player 1, then if the player 1 is computer and just easy is checked, then it's gonna activate then when the player difficulty is in easy. It can activate if player difficulty is normal. It can activate if player difficulty is hard. If all of them are checked, then it's gonna happen in any way, because whenever it is easy, normal, or hard, or brutal, it can activate. Oh, and one more thing, if it's brutal or hard, it is same as hard, so it doesn't matter. Now, evaluate script. In other words, it's timing. If it's every frame, then it's gonna check itself every frame. It's gonna happen every frame. For example, if you give cash to player, then it's gonna give you cash to player in every frame. Every frame it's just gonna give cash and cash and cash. If you're gonna check it every 10 seconds, for example, then in every 10 seconds it's gonna give him like $1,000 or something like that. In other words, it depends from that very much. This part, it isn't actually, I don't use it, so it's just pointless thing what you don't need to use. And script comment is for yourself. For example, intro beginning. So I'm gonna write there, and now later whenever I'm gonna do it, then I can see it. Aha, intro beginning, cool, and I can just use it. Now, well, I hope you understood this part. Let's go for script conditions. It's very important as well. So if you want to something happen, for example, you want that plane to follow the path what is over here, then you need first condition. For example, you need condition if the object is inside some kind of area, or the object sees another player object, or whatever you need. And right now I let it be true. True means that it's automatically true. Whatever gonna happen, it is true. If the World War III start and there is true, then it's true. It's gonna happen. Whatever happens, it only won't happen if in the script properties the script isn't active, but it is active, so it's gonna happen from the very beginning of the game. It starts very start. Now because it's true, I'm gonna do active if it sees true, and actually if true, and it is true. So what's gonna happen? Right now there is null operation, does nothing. This is most useless thing. Delete it. Don't use it. Don't never use it, because it is pointless. It is really pointless. If this is first and there are gonna be some important commands, then it doesn't do nothing, because the script uses the order of the scripts, and this is the very first. So he does nothing first. He does nothing at all. So you better delete it, or you can edit to other one, but right now I'm gonna do delete. Now actually we can see there are nothing, so I'm gonna put new. and we can see there are a lot of categories. So the category is very important. There are base builder, campaign, cinematics, interfere, map, media, object type, player, scripting, scrim and say, team, 360, I don't know what it is, tree, tutorial, unused or obsolete, and win and lose, loss. And there are all about that. For example, in the cinematics, there is all about camera. You can rotation, zoom in, zoom out, move camera location to another place, shaking, all this kind of stuff that you need to use, and you need it in the intro. The interface, it is also important. You can show counters from the downside of the game. You can fade in from black or to black. You can choose info box, but it's also very important, and you can use objectives for if you are doing single player mission. Right now we're gonna do single player mission, so maybe I'm gonna add some objectives as well, just to show you. So and there we go. There are a map, but it's all about the map. For example, revealing some map parts from the fog or all these kind of stuff, modifying the border. Then there are media. It's all about audio, video, to put some video into the game, to put it in the radar, or to put audio to event like something happened or alert or whatever. Now, the most important is object type, player, and scripting. Okay, team 2. Now, object types is all about single object. If something gonna happen to single object. Right now we're gonna use single object because we're gonna choose just bomber. We don't need anything else. And it's all about single object. We want the object to attack or allergize or command. We're gonna want it to use command button, or we want it to remove, or I want to destroy it, or I want it to move. What we're gonna use? We want it to move, and we're gonna want it to repair itself. We want it to spawn. We want some object to spawn. I mean, we want to change settings, or we want to something. We want to take all unnamed snipe vehicles and all this kind of stuff. Player is about all player. In other words, player 1, player 2 to player 6. We want to add money to player. We want the player units to leave from their garrisons. We want to set the player so he can build some kind of stuff. We want the player to use his special power. We want player to sell all his building, or we want to kill the player, or we want to set player power or something, everything what we want to about player. And the scripting is very important because there are all timers, counters, there is debug, there is flags, there is references, there are everything what you need. There is, if you need to run Cerbonate script, there is everything about scripting. So these are all the main things what I'm gonna teach you. You can study all these other things yourself, but you should get the point that there are many things. There are all the categories, and you can find them in categories. So I'm gonna choose now object type and move, and I want to name object follow waypoint path exactly. In other words, a named object. In other words, I want this to be this bomber to follow waypoint path. This is the bomber path, and I want it to follow exactly as that thing goes. That. Now, there is object name. This is the problem because I haven't named the bomber yet, and I'm gonna do it right now. So we first find your object properties, click on the bomber, and I'm gonna name it. Now there is the name. You're gonna just put some name, whatever you want the bomber name to be, and I'm gonna put it bomber. There we go. Now this object name is bomber.